We have bought a salvage car.
Crazy. Everything is like, no, go home, David. Damn, boys.
We'll find out if it's a good day or a bad day. We'll see. Me sad. After all this, a couple days ago, went on a wee adventure. Bought a car from auction. And I couldn't get it delivered to my house. So basically we just rented a trailer and we just went. When we got to the place, the car was sitting funny and I was like, oh no. My gut feeling was right. Something did happen. So this was what I didn't expect to see. So this is us back home, jacking the car up. The reason we had to do that because of the suspension damage. And the other thing that made it difficult obviously is that wheel. It just has a mind of its own. So each time we pull, I had to adjust it. I think it took us nearly an hour and a half to load the car because we obviously didn't know what we were doing. But it only took us about half an hour to unload it, which was pretty good. So this is next day and I'm trying to open the boot to get to the battery. But it's electrical, so I need to put the power onto this fuse box here. So you put your jump leads onto that and you use your power booster or your battery from another car. And once you do that, then you can unlock the car using your key fob. Okay. Do we have power? Yep, boy. We got power. Let's see here. Yep, okay, that's great. So the battery should be here somewhere. Yeah, it must be under this. Yes, here we go. Jag battery. It's completely flat anyway, so I'm gonna have to take this out and charge it up. So this is me back home. I'm gonna use the multimeter to measure the voltage. It's shown 4.5, which will probably not gonna be enough for the charger to recognize. So it's not recognizing the battery. You can see it's not doing anything. It's kind of froze. We'll come back to this. Let's get back to review. So from this side the car looks good. You think, oh yeah, look at this. There's nothing wrong with this car. And you go through this side here. The wheels are scuffed, but the tires look okay. And then you get to this side. Oh, just a bumper missing. Nothing serious. Just another wheel scuffed. The headlight, I don't know if it's working, but it looks basically like new, no damage. But it's just really frosty. I have taken the battery out to charge it, but unfortunately it's completely dead. From this side wing, sorry, I just nearly dropped my phone. The side wing, it's missing as well. I probably got damaged, and how I know it got damaged because of this. You can see that's completely snapped. The worst thing is, when I looked at the photos before bidding, this side of the wheel looked good. It was literally just sitting in. I can't rotate it, but it was sitting in. I'll show you the photo. So it was sitting in like that, and obviously I seen all this. I knew, okay, this is gonna be a problem. Not a problem, it just means I need parts to fix that. But I didn't see the side skirt being damaged. I seen the front fender missing, which is fine, but the worst thing I didn't see was this. So this was what I didn't expect to see because it wasn't showing the photos. Is this lower suspension arm completely pulled off out of the ball joint, and the rubber is ripped in a couple places, so I need to replace this, which, like I said, I didn't count it in for. I didn't even see it. The car was sitting like this. You wouldn't even see it, and the photos were taken from literally this angle. Other thing, the steering rack, the rubber is ripped as well, which I didn't see, which it's okay, I'll change that, it's no problem. I knew about the fuse box. It's completely, not completely, I might be able to save it, but it was completely soaked. There's still a bit damp in it, but it is broke and all the mounting points have snapped. It's a minor thing. Nothing to worry about. We got this. Easy. Well, the biggest thing was the suspension arm and the ball joint. Hopefully the ball joint is okay. Maybe I just need to change the rubber seal. Don't know, we'll see. The other thing that I said that was expected and unexpected, I just thought maybe the people in the auction would care a lot more about the cars, but this window, passenger window, was open. I could see in the photos that this was open. It was open about this much, and it got soaked and it molded inside the car. So so you can see all the mold, and it's damp. I have put up, it's like a wee salt bags my mom gave to me. They're actually pretty good, but it's just too cold. It's not gonna do anything. Apart from that, the interior looks pretty clean. It is pretty new car. It's 2020 Jaguar. The only thing is, like, this challenging part, like, not joking, I don't know how this is gonna happen. The car is in the boot. The battery's in the boot. And I don't have that long of arms, but somehow I'm gonna have to get the bonnet or the boot open. How we're gonna get this bad boy open? It's electric. And when I took the battery out, I closed it. So I did think about it, not too much, but I did think about it. I was like, okay, how are we gonna open it? You know what? I was like, yeah, sure, I can do it through here. But look how far it is. It's like, I don't know, 2 meters away. So yeah, I'm gonna try to reach and open this manually. Wish me luck. Hello. This is how you open a boot. This is crazy. But yes, this is the process of opening your boot when you have no batteries. Fun. It's like the size of your hand, man. So yeah, the battery is located here. Oh, it's getting dark, I can't even see. Last night it got dark really quick, so I didn't get the chance to fit the battery. I think it was too big anyway. So I brought them both home, and I've done this. So I connected two batteries together, and hopefully it will balance each other out. You can leave it overnight, and then you can try to connect the charger to the old battery and charge it up that way. It should work, might not, don't know, but worth the try.
So the battery has been charged for a couple of days now, and it seems like it has recovered and it's nearly fully charged. So I'm gonna leave it for another day, and hopefully once it's ready we can actually put it in the car and start it. In this video we have spent and talked about how we got the car transported and the damages and stuff, but we never talked about what we actually bought. What we bought came with 2 liters supercharged engine, and it says it's non-runner. Interesting. It has a massive exhaust. You can actually put your 2 fists in it, so it passed the fist test. The boot that doesn't open. And the alloy wheels, size of half of my body. What did we buy? It does look like a beautiful car, not from the front. Well, looks really pretty from the back. What did we buy? It's a good question. So we bought something that doesn't seem to be working at the minute. But on this piece of paper, which dates 5 years back, it says this car was 63 grand. That's a lot of money for the car. Something I could never afford. And that's why I bought it like this. But it does say it's a F-Type 2-liter petrol. So yeah, this is like an invoice that I found in the car, which is pretty interesting. And you can actually see there's additional stuff on it, like climate control, panoramic roof, privacy glass, metallic paint, and so on. And that was actually 63 grand. So we did buy something pretty cool. We still don't know if it runs, because on the website that I bought it from, which is the auction website, it says non-runner, non-driver, but the battery's charging at the minute, so we haven't got a chance to start it basically. But I am really excited. I cannot wait to see if it runs, because I think it only done like 20,000 miles, this car. So I think the best thing to do is to use this opportunity while the battery is charging to work on the interior, just because I am a wee bit worried about it, because it is damp and wet, and the mold I think is gonna get worse. Today we're gonna take this seat out, and we're gonna try to dry the bottom of the carpet as well, because it's still wet. To get this seat out, I need to get these bolts. There's one here and there's one on the other side. There's a couple more in the back, so I need to get that seat moving, and that won't work because there's no power. So I do need to get the power connected. I have brought the battery, and I'm gonna do the same thing what I done the last time. Goes here, goes here. Go forward. Oh no, I have noticed something else. When I was pressing this, it started to flake. Look, literally flaking. And this side as well. I'm gonna have to redo these. I'm gonna have to repaint it somehow. This is sad. Unclip this. There we go. And there's another bolt here, and there's the one in the back. So yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll get these two done. I'll move it back, and then we'll do the front ones, and the seat should just come out. So there's a wee box. Let me see. So you just pull that, and that's your wire harness, and then you just disconnected these 2 points. But it's like a wee drawer, which I didn't know that was a thing. Pretty cool. So after me disconnecting the wire harness, the seat came out without any issues, and they actually found the makeup pen, which is cool, I guess. Pure damp. Small job done. Bigger job is gonna be taking this whole thing out. This doesn't really do much. There's still no water. Usually it's pretty good. Here's the wee pegs here that I have to lift over. Yeah. And oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do the seat belt as well. And I think apart from that, we're ready to pull this out. Yeah, it's soaking. And that's it. There we go. So behind here is big speakers. To be honest, this would be a great time to upgrade them. Well, I don't know what they sound like in the first place. They might be good. But that's where the seat harness sits. And that's the big module. This is the fuses. So now I'm back inside. It's my mom's spare room. And this is going to be my wee workshop for time being to get this seat ready and cleaned. We're going to get the good inspection here. So you can see at the bottom it's quite badly molded. And then the top is just that one corner because the window's also in this side. So it's just this one corner is molded. And then this bottom carpet is the same. I'm going to use a steamer. And then I'm going to use distillant vinegar. Apparently it's really good for killing bacteria and stuff. And then I have a carpet cleaner as well, which I will attempt to use to get deeper into it. So first what we'll do, we'll use this distillant vinegar. I done 30% vinegar, 70% water. And then we'll just spray all the molded areas. So after I sprayed the whole carpet and let it soak in for about 15 minutes, the whole room was stinking of vinegar, but I get this all cleaned up using this, and then if I have to, I might use a steamer as well. So the carpet cleaner is doing a really good job. I am using a wee brush as well to brush any major areas. I have cleaned this, and it's actually pretty good. You wouldn't even know that there was anything here, and then on the other side as well. So now it came out really well. Pretty happy with it. So now I'm gonna tackle this. I'm gonna try to split this. I'm gonna try to take this top section off, so I can get underneath and clean that underneath. I think it's important. So I'm gonna take this here off. It's only held by a few clips, and I'm gonna do the same to the other side. My mom's cat just walked in, Elon Musk. His name is Elon. So I have got the tool to remove any clips of the cable harnesses. I'm trying to remove the backrest, and I actually managed to break the Allen key. It was really tight. But once I'd done that, I was working at the bottom of the seat and got it unclipped. Ta-da! So I got this off. It's slightly damp around here too. But I'm more concerned what's going on in here. Oh yeah, this is soaking. So I am taking this upholstery off, completely off. So this is what we're left with. And then this is the wee heater to keep your bum warm. This is actually a blower, and I can see there's a wee vent. And these are to cool. It's like a element that cools. And then that's where it blows. It blows through here, and then through the wee holes in here. But yes, at the minute it'll not be blowing much because it's all mold and it's all blocked off. So we're gonna get this sorted. But so far, looking good. So I can remove the backrest completely off the bottom part, but it was okay. I didn't really need it. And then I'm taking the upholstery off here, and I'm checking to see if there's any mold behind the seat. And then after I'd done that, I used the carpet cleaner, which didn't really do much. The best thing was the steamer. It's just because the way the leather had wee holes for ventilation and stuff, the steamer was doing a better job, and then my mom came and helped to get into the creases of the seat, and I think it came out good. It was a lot of work. It took a couple hours to get that side of the seat done, and that's us finished. So this is the steamer, and this probably saved about 5 hours of work, to be honest. So this is the nozzle, and you've seen the process anyway. But I was trying to take this completely off, but I couldn't. There's like a ventilation pipe, and I couldn't. This black thing, I couldn't take that off. And another cool thing is this is actually wee bags of air for lumbar support. So depends how much you need it, they deflate or inflate. It's actually pretty cool. Never seen that in a seat before, but there's two of them for lower and upper. So yeah, but here, look at that. That actually came out really well. And then I'm just clipping this back in, and this actually clips in pretty easy. There's like, I'm gonna show you this ends. So yeah, here we can kind of see it kind of rolls into it. It's like, roll it into it like that. It clicks in, but I can do one hand. I think it's, to be honest, safe to say, I think it's a good success. Even this here looks pretty good too. Look at it, came out like new. So I'm very, very happy, very pleased with the results. Oh yeah, I used like a sheet for babies, and it sucks up the moisture, but it's dry, so the steamer didn't actually went straight through that, so that's good. So now that we finished cleaning the backrest, and we're clipping it all back together and screwing it to the bottom part, and it's all looking good. So I have started working on the bottom part of the upholstery, and it's same process. So I'm gonna do a quick time lapse, and that took a couple hours as well. It actually maybe took even longer because it was more mouldy, and that's it. So that's the bottom part. There might be some more cleaning to do on this one, but this here looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Obviously going to use some leather oil to finish. And we are back 2 days later. The heating has been blasting, and they look dry now. But the battery is ready, so I want to fit this today and see maybe we can get this baby running. So the battery's fitted. I had to change the battery inside of this. It wasn't working, but now it seems to be making noises. Let's see. So this is a big moment. Oh boy, this is nerve-wracking. Please. I think I need two hands. 1 second. Oh, that's it. Ignition on. The screen doesn't seem to be doing anything. Wonders if something to do with all this being out. Clear all the false shut up. Turn the lights off. Everything here seems to be on. There's few faults, but that screen is still not working. So what I'll do, I'm gonna turn the ignition off. That's it off. Turn this, or close the window. Even the window is not closing. It's weird. I'm gonna try to close everything and lock and unlock and see if that makes any difference. So lock. It's not really locking. Okay, what we'll do, I'm gonna disconnect this and let it sit for a wee second, because something weird is going on here. So leave this for a wee second, we'll come back. Okay, let's try this again. Round 2. So the melt screen is on now. Oh, oh no, it's off again. What is going on here, bro? I have to do the key thing again. See, that screen is still off, strange. No coolant, yeah, the radiator is bust. Protection, pedestrian protection system is on because there's no front bumper. Okay. Oh, wipers are working. That's good. Is it because all this is out? Huh. Ignition on. I have to place the key below there. So yeah, I've been trying a lot of different things. Pressing the brake, pressing the ignition, and it wasn't really doing much until I actually pressed the brake and held the ignition. Oh! I honestly don't know what I did there. No way it actually started. No way, I don't believe it. Is this actually... No way, it actually started. What? It didn't really do anything different. But this screen still doesn't seem to be working. Woo, baby! Sounds a bit lumpy. Sounds very lumpy. But I think it sounds lumpy because there's no air mass sensor on this. Can't run this for too long because there's no coolant. And I'm gonna turn this off. And it's with the old battery. Yeah, boy, we got it. Nice. I'm gonna turn this off. Yeah. I apologize. It's just getting pitch dark, but I really want to get to the bottom of this, why that screen is flickering and it's not starting again. Or maybe because that seat is disconnected too. I don't know. Maybe gonna have to go back in the house, get that seat back together. There's not much really to do, so just put the bottom upholstery back together and put a bit of leather cleaner. It's not oil, it's just to clean it. I'm gonna have to oil it up some other time, but that's it. And we are back. Today is next day. Looks beautiful outside. My plan is to get this interior back into the car. I'm not gonna bore you with it. It's the same process and just in reverse, like taking it out, putting it back in. We also got the car started, which wasn't an easy task. So it says there, start. No, guess what? It does start. This is really hard to clean off. So here we go. It starts. It's lumpy, but it starts. So today I would like to work on this side of the car. This car has came with the suspension damage. It is a mystery. I don't know how that happened. Either it was damaged during transport, I don't know, but it needs to be fixed. So this is the problem. So yeah, I need to change this ball joint and I need to change this lower suspension arm, which I have received and I have sitting with me. So this is the ball joint that I have bought from eBay. That's the part number. I actually took a gamble buying this because I couldn't find what I need. When I was looking up, it actually came with the whole front, I don't know what you call that, wheel hub thing, which I didn't want to buy because it was like 200 quid. So this here was like 40 quid, and in the worst case scenario I could just use this rubber because the rubber is only damaged on that part. And then I have received this as well, which again I took a gamble for an older model. It was like 70 quid instead of 170 or something from eBay, so we'll see. So I have taken the wheel off and it's quite badly damaged. but I hope they can repair this. And this is to do with the suspension arm hitting the bottom of the wheel. I lifted it up, jacked it up, and put the 3 blocks there to keep the car up, so it's not gonna damage the rim. Now that I have taken the front wheel off, I can actually start working on the suspension. So here I'm just taking the caliper off first. Now that the caliper is off, I can actually get to the steering arm, which I'm doing it now. And then once that's out, I was working on the upper suspension arm, taking it off. But it was really tight, so I had to get an Allen key to hold it. And then once I'd done that, it actually came out not too bad. So that's the whole assembly off. I do apologize. It's pitch dark outside. I have got this wheel light. It might make some difference. It might help you to see better what I'm doing. So I'm going to use the jack to jack this up a tiny bit so it takes the pressure off these points. And that means I can loosen all these bolts and take that part off. So I just lifted it just enough to take the pressure off, and I'm taking the stabilizer off here, and I needed to take the strut off, and then obviously needed the tools, so I lifted them and spilled it all on the floor. So that's me rearranging the whole set. So now that I have loosened the strut, I lift it up and down to get the bolt out, and here I'm loosening the lower control arm as well, and there's a bolt in the back and I scraped it so I know where to put it. It's like an adjustable one, and that's for your lower suspension arm. So that's the suspension arm. This is where it snapped. This is where it goes. This is the ball joint. This is new one. This is the cover on. And then this is new suspension arm. They do actually look pretty identical. But fit this in first, and then I'll do this the last, because I have to press this in and out, so I'm gonna have to go and do it in the garage. So yeah. Oh yeah, can anybody tell me in the comments, why did they grind this off? Like all the numbers, part numbers and stuff? I just don't understand why they do that. Because now when I fit this, you'll not know what the part number is for that, because it's not there. I'll get it. So I'm not a mechanic, but apparently, so when you change the suspension arm, you should never tighten everything when the car is up. So what I'll do is I'll put this jack underneath that and raise it up to the same level as it was when I was taking that off, and then tighten that back. That back bolt, like tighten this, and then obviously that needs to be set a certain way too. So I have it scribed here. You can't really see it, but there's a wee line here. So I'm gonna set it the same way as I took it out. Yeah, and of course it's not gonna be 100% right. It'll be probably 80% right. But I'm gonna get the wheel alignment done anyway after the car is ready to get back on the road. So this is just gonna be a rough indication where it needs to be. From this to this, brand new. So that's all looking good. So yeah. And again, I apologize for the light. It's not the greatest setup, but I work with what I have at the minute. Hopefully soon we get this garage built. So yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna bring this to the garage and we're gonna get this pressed out. I'm gonna try to take this lid off in case I get it damaged. Here, to be honest, that was really like seized in there, so I had to use WD, and I cleaned it, and then it took actually like 10 minutes to take that sensor out. No more wires to break. So to get the wheel hub off, I need to loosen these 4 bolts, and then once I've done that, I sprayed some WD on the back of the bearing, because that's where the magnets are for your ABS. Now I'm gonna try to press this out from this side, that way. So no matter where I positioned that, it wasn't just aligning up with the press, so it wasn't gonna work, unfortunately. Press isn't working. Plan B. Take this. Now it just sits in here quite nicely, and I'm going to try to hammer that out. With the press, there's no room putting that in anywhere. There's not enough surface area to press it, just how this is located. So yeah, this is the only way I can get this out, I think, is this way, just by hammering this. Not ideal, but this is what I've got. I didn't actually expect this to start moving so quick. It's actually moving. Happy days. Don't know how I'm gonna push it back in, but we'll worry about that later. Yay! Out. And it looks the same. Looks identical. Okay, I think I'm done for today. I'm gonna tidy up and I'm gonna put everything away. It is getting late and I need to figure out how to push that back into that, but I'll do it tomorrow. I'm gonna go tidy up and I'll see you tomorrow. And we are back. Last night we have taken the suspension arm off and we tried to put the ball joint back in, but it got too late, so I went home. But today we're gonna get everything back together and hopefully, if it all goes well, we'll try something cool. But I'll not tell you now because it's gonna be a surprise. So that's us back in the garage and I found this. This is like an old exhaust pipe. So what I'm thinking to do, to put this in there like that, and then cut it where I need it, so I can use something to press it onto that. I don't want to hammer this because it's a new part, don't want to damage it. So my thinking is, so this is just sitting there, it's not, it's literally just sitting there. So I'm gonna put this over this, like that. And what I'm thinking, what's the best way to show you guys? Stay here, yes. My thinking is to have this like that. Instead of pushing here, I'm pushing from the top. So let's see. Let's try this. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's actually going. Yep, it's going. That actually worked pretty well. So I can show you what I've done on this side. So it's like that. That's the new part pushed in. Yes! You're probably wondering why I'm not using this garage. Well, it's not mine, there's not enough room here anyway. My mum's husband uses this garage for some other stuff, but I just stored stuff last night here because they want to bring it outside. But we're gonna get all this back to the car. And we're back. Oh yeah, I got the boot for the steering rack as well, so I'm gonna try to change it. Don't know if it's gonna work because I bought the universal one, they didn't have the original one, but we'll soon find out. To put the whole thing back together, I'm just literally doing exactly the same, just in reverse when I was taking things apart. Sometimes I like to use a bit of grease on the ball joints and stuff, so it's easier to take it off the next time, or you're just changing parts. It just makes it a lot easier. Working flat out. So we got the steering boot changed, it fitted okay, and I reused this clip, but the other clip, well, it's not a clip, I used the cable tie, but I need to get a Jubilee clip for that. Oh yeah, one more thing. So when I was also taking the steering rack off, I was measuring with the calipers to make sure I put it back in the same place. Guys, I think we did it. We got the suspension repaired. So we're gonna take this safety jack thing out and we're gonna set it back on that wheel. See how what way she looks. That's very exciting. That means she can potentially roll and drive by itself. Well, not by itself, but you know what I mean. So she went from, oh, look at me, I have a broken leg, to I'm ready to race. Ta-da! Now that she's back on her all fours, let's see what else can she do. In the last video we tried to start the car and it did, but there's few electronic issues. We're thinking because of the interior, or well, the seat was out because I was cleaning it, and look at it, looks like new. So now that's back in. Have connected the battery and left the battery connected for a while. To see maybe everything charges up, whatever electronics, whatever 5-volt batteries. In some modules I think there's a 5-volt battery, like a backup battery. So I have this left for a couple of days now connected. So let's try starting this car again. Okay, so before we start, let's try the key. Last time it didn't work, so oh, something flapped. So let's lock it. Oh yeah, boy, she's locking. Unlocking. Aha! Right, okay, I think we're onto something here. Right. Let's see. Headlight fault. Same faults, we know. So let's try ignition on. Ignition came on. Screen is on. Will it stay on? That's the question. Didn't have to do the key, so which is good. In the last video I had to put the key here every time I want to do something. That screen is not doing anything, but let's try starting it. Oh boy, I think the interior, the seat being back in, fixed all the issues. Right, let's try it, something else. What did just happen there? Did that thing move by itself? No, it was moved by me, but still it moved. So what have we learned? We have learned that it starts in the last video. In this video, we have learned that it actually drives. So it starts, and now it drives. Starts and drives. Oh yeah, we done such a good job. We're very close of getting this car back and running. Back and running on the road. Now that she moved from that wall, she looks amazing. Such a nice stance. Big wide hips in the back. Narrow eyes, like, aha, I'm gonna get you. Well, it is a Jaguar. So yeah, but here, I cannot wait to get this whole thing, the front bumper on, so it actually gives a proper look of the car. But so far, I think we're doing really good from the things we've done and from what we had. I think we've done a great job, honestly. And like I said, I love the look of the car. It's amazing. Very exciting times. I think not long till we get this back on the road and actually do a proper test drive. I never had anything this powerful. I am driving a BMW, it's 5 Series, but it's a diesel car, so it's nothing compared to this petrol. And I think it pumps 300 brake, and it's supercharged, so it should have a good punch. We'll see. Cannot wait. We've done it, guys. We actually started the car and drove for about 2 meters, but I don't care. It's amazing progress. The car is rolling, but we can't drive it. The reason we can't drive it because we're missing a radiator and some coolant. So I've been waiting for some parts. Bottom radiator, I've been waiting for the light bracket and the actual headlight. What we've been doing is we have spent some time cleaning the interior. Yes, we have done the passenger. And last night I have spent a bit of time doing the centering console. And the other thing that I have noticed last night that this wasn't working, so I actually have a video me taking this apart and fixing it. Turn this on. This is supposed to go up, but it doesn't. So there's 6 torque screws that you need to get access to. They're hidden behind the speaker grill and the trim above the screen. You have to take that off eventually. This is what happens when you lose a clip. So I lost one of these clips when I was pulling this off. So I had to take the whole console out to find it. It was in the bottom, sitting in the bottom there. Yeah, fun. So I brought this home. This is a whole unit. And apparently, well, this is the motor. And I read some online. This is a common issue, this is not going up and down. So I read a thing online that this is these pivot points. Like one here, it's hard to see, one here, and this main one gets tight. So I'm supposed to take this out, sand it, and push it back in, and use some grease as well. I took the motor out, so that means it's free, but I can't even move it. So it's so tight that I can't move, so definitely the V-motor is too weak to move it. So we need to loosen all these points that I was talking about. So I got these out, so I'm gonna sand these areas. I'm gonna same with this, I'm gonna sand these areas here. Same on both sides. So easy now. So I greased all these 6 points on this side as well. And now it's moving. So easy. So off camera, I just refitted the central vent and it seems to be working fine. So when I turn it on, it goes up, and when I turn it off, it drops back down. So yeah, so what we've done at the house, cleaning the wee pivot points, it actually fixed it. So tomorrow we continue cleaning the interior, like the driver's side, so we're gonna get it all finished. So nasty. Look at it. I'm gonna get this all cleaned up. Already done this door. Looks so much better. Still need to get the leather oil on it. Need to still get these parts off. Nasty. Look at that. Let's see how nasty this water is. Oh my god. Look at it. Madness. This madness. I'm gonna do YouTube magic. Oh my god! And just like that, the interior is all done. Wow! All nicely cleaned. Close this up. It's all looking good. Hopefully the rest of the parts come quick so I can get this all finished. But so far the interior looking beautiful. So we're back and we have spent a lot of time cleaning the interior. Probably too much. I think it's an episode and a half of just cleaning interior. I think you're gonna get bored, guys. So today it's an interesting day. It's a happy day and a sad day, I think. Well, it depends how you look at it. So this is we things and pieces that we've got. We got the radiator, it goes in the bottom, we got a light and a few other brackets, and we have received fuse box. I was expecting the fuse box with the whole loom, but here we go, that's all we have, but we'll change that anyway. So today what we'll do the box, we'll do the radiator, maybe we'll do the light and a few other brackets. Depends how much time it's going to take us to get the fuse box fitted. I'm going to do that first because it's just lying on the floor. I want to get that bolted and fixed. It goes in here, you'll see it in a minute or two, and then we'll work on the radiator because it's going to take a bit of time. I'm going to take the whole unit out. So yeah, this is the old one. As you can see, it's all smashed, and this is the new one. And we are so lucky because it goes here, right? And when it broke, it actually broke at the mounting points. So we have screws. And you know what? Can anybody tell me, anytime you buy parts like this, they obviously screwed them off. Why can they not include the screws? It's so simple. If that sits there, you take the screws off and you throw it with the box. Unfortunate, but anyway, let's go back to this. So I think the best way to do is keep the same loom, just because this one, it doesn't have a third relay thing. Yeah, so there's
relays, and this one only has 2. So what I'll do, I'll just take the internals out. I think it pushes out that way, and I'll just reuse the actual box, but internally it will be the same. So yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry for the rant about the fixtures missing and stuff when you buy. Not missing, but they don't include them when you're buying second-hand parts. But even if the seller was like, oh, if you want fixtures and screws, give me an extra tenner, I would be so happy to do that, because by the time you find all the fixtures and all the screws that you need, it would take so much time and effort. So yeah, sorry for ranting. I didn't know there was actually fuses inside there. That's pretty cool. And then you left with the house and then the casing for it. So inside the coil, I just took it out because it was corroded. It looks dry and there's no corrosion, so I'll just reuse this, should be fine. I thought that was separate, but it's not. So what we'll do, we'll just straighten this out. Perfect. It's actually looking pretty good. The angle is good, I think. And the fuses, I could have reused these fuses, but they are higher rated for some reason. Oh, I probably know why. Because this came from 5 liter and this is 2 liter, so it needs a bigger fuse for the starter motor, I think. Ta-da! And that's it. That's us done. Look at that. Nicely mounted. And then this is where you put your jump leads on here. And then this goes minus, plus. Or one part fitted. Couple more to go. Great success. Another broken thing on this car, obviously because this side was hit. Oh yeah, by the way, this is category N. I forgot to say this, cat N, so it's non-structural. But this V-mounting bracket is slightly bent. This should be straight, so I got a new one. And it came with this is a bracket for mounting the light on, and this is gonna go here. I will paint this black, but not today. I'm gonna fit everything to make sure everything fits. So I'm gonna do this now. As you can see, there's a few cables that attaches to that, and I think it's these two, but I still don't know where they're supposed to go. Focus. Why are you not focusing? Anyway, so these two. So I think they go here. I'm gonna take these. There's big massive torques on these. I'm gonna take them out. See how badly damaged or bent this is. I think it's made obviously for it to take some impact. There's another bracket that goes like that. But the rain has started. So let's grab this radiator and let's go into the garage. See you there. I'm gonna take this off. Just like diffuser, I think you call it, like a plastic diffuser. This is slightly damaged, bent. That's not bad now. Just need to get this gouge out. So yeah, I have spent a couple hours trying to straighten all these things out, the fins, and then this is the worst damaged bit. It's slightly bent. So I'm gonna have to put this into the car and then put the vacuum device, refilling device. I'll show you on the car once the radiator is fitted, and we're gonna monitor to see if it's losing any pressure. So I have actually got that pretty straight. Well, so a wee tiny curve on this side. Yeah, it was like 200 quid for this. I'm a bit disappointed. Just the buyer sent me a photo of it, but the way he sent it to me, it was like this, so I couldn't even see it. So, but anyway, you're gonna try to make this work. Like I said, it's a good day and a bad day, and there's things that I found out. Even with the light, there's a few things I think don't match, but I just need to test it. But anyway, let's get this fitted into the car.
It has stopped raining. Yes. Yeah, the Northern Ireland weather, you just can't predict it.
I need to take this all off to get access to the radiator, because you can't really see, but the radiator is supposed to be obviously straight, but it's like that. It's like came forward. I think because of the impact on this side, it pushed it forward somehow. So I'm gonna have to probably take this whole front off to get access to it and maybe push it back in, or I don't know. I'll see how we get on.
This tool is brilliant for taking wee inserts, wee clips off and fixtures, like stuff like that. I don't know if you can see it. Yep.
So I have taken all I could. The front crash bar, the top bit that goes here across, I have taken that off, and now I can see better. And took the light off as well. That was actually a nightmare. It was this bottom screw, it was completely rusted, it was really seized, so it was quite hard to take that off, but now it's off. And now you can see the radiator is quite quite a good bit forward. So it should be straight. It's like this, should be straight. So we're gonna see why it's like that. I reckon there's probably stuff maybe broke. There's like a mounting point there. Should be one on this side. Oh yeah. So this one has shifted forward. See, this guy is supposed to be inside here. So that's all that seem to be. Oh, the other thing I have noticed, this is leaking. A problem. So this alignment pin, or a pin, I don't know what you want to call it. It's plastic anyway, and it's hollow, but it sits in here. It's part of the radiator mounting thingy-majigger. So what I'm thinking to do, obviously this still moves. It's not gonna sit there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drill this through. It's already kind of hollow, and I'm gonna put threaded rod through this, and I'm gonna do the same here. I'm gonna drill through, and I'm gonna push this pin back in, and that should keep the radiator in its place, because at the minute, like I said, it's still moving back and forth, so it's not secure. Do a pilot hole. You can't see much. So I actually drilled this, I think it's an 8mm, and I done the same. I don't know if you will see it. Radiator. I know it's not square, so I drilled in there as well. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting this in from the top. So I'll put this, I can't see now, in here. And then that will sit like that. Let it rain, once again. So that's what I've did. It's not the prettiest thing, but it will work. Like, it's solid. It looks simple, sounds simple, but that took about an hour because it was awkward. Okay. Oh, I had Iran. It started to rain so bad, man, and everything got soaked. By the time I got this, yeah, that's okay. It stopped. Everything got soaked. All right, let's try for a millionth time to get this done. It's been crazy. Everything is like, no, go home, David. No, I'm not going home. I'm getting this bracket. Everything has been working against me, but I'm like, I'm getting this bracket fixed. You like it or not? Okay. That took a lot more effort than you should have. So, after getting soaked, we had finished our job. So that's basically what I did. I nearly forgot. I need to replace this. There's a big cut here. Okay. So that's it. I have fitted the radiator. The auxiliary radiator sits in the bottom like that. I got the two pipes connected. I was trying to replace this one, but it goes in the back. It was too awkward, so I left it. It's only tiny bit scuffed there, but it's not damaged in any way. So I have replaced this pipe. Didn't replace this one, and I didn't replace that one. Didn't need to. But I think the radiator is done. And on this side I have put the bracket back on. So the radiator is properly fixed. The only thing we left to do is test it to see if it's leaking anywhere. And I'm gonna use a vacuum filler. It's like a vacuum coolant filler type thing, and should be good. Right guys, I think that's us for tonight. And the worst thing about what we did today is that the car looks worse than we started. But I promise tomorrow it's gonna look a lot better. So today's plan is to make this beautiful again. I have changed this as well because this one, it was badly scratched. So I have fitted not a new one, but it's a second hand, and it's a wee tiny bit scratched, but it's not what the other one is, and it looks so much better. So I have done that as well off camera. So with the rest of the parts, the lighthouse came as well, but the part number is wrong. So I hope it's gonna work. I don't know. Again, we'll find out if it's a good day or a bad day. We'll see. But I do need to fit this bracket first before I can fit the light. And so yeah, I'll see you in a minute. You know what? I think the smart thing would be to actually test the radiators first before fitting the whole thing back on, like the crash bar and stuff, because
if it leaks, we're gonna have to take the whole thing off. That's it here. So this is what you use to refill the coolant back into your system. And this is coolant system vacuum purge kit. I bought this from Amazon. It was quite expensive. I think it was like 80 quid or something. And then you have this as well. And this is a big syringe, big massive one. And you take some coolant out if you've put it too much. And then use a compressor to build the vacuum using this device. This is what you get. This is the actual gauge. This is the vacuum generator. So how it works is, put your compressor in, the air goes through this way, it's creating suction that way. So this goes in here, like this. Yeah. And then you put, this is the coolant refilling thing. So this is quite big. So what I need to do is probably gonna use one of these inserts. Yeah, probably this one. So you put this on over this, like this. Like that. And push this in. Yeah. And then once it's fully in, you tighten this to create the seal. Put the compressor on this side. And I have closed the valve on this side. So what we'll do now, we'll plug that in. We'll plug the compressor in. So we have a problem. As you can see, we are dropping, and you hear the leak. There's actually a leak, and it's in the worst place ever. This, you hear it? The main radiator is leaking. Oh man. We are having a bad day. So it means I need the main radiator. It's not leaking from the pipe, it's leaking from actual radiator. Damn, boys. Me sad. But if you look at the bright side, we didn't build this back up, which is gonna save us time. And a sad thing is that we're gonna have to take this stack out. We actually spent so much time fixing that pin, and it's actually that radiator. So we're gonna have to buy a new one. I'm not sure how much. I think it's 300 quid or something. Oh damn, you win some, you lose some, you know. At the minute we're losing, but not for long. You can see that we completely lost all the vacuum, and it only took about a minute, so the leak is really bad. I thought, obviously, when I got the car, I thought the coolant leaked out because of this radiator, because that's where it goes as well. But no, it was this radiator and then this pipe. So anyway, that's okay. We can't do much with the radiator today. We did try to fill it, and we did find out that it's not good. So what we'll do, we will work on the rest of the car. We get the lights fitted back on, we get this bracket on, the light bracket, there should be this bracket here. So we're gonna get this done on this side. So we'll do as much as we can. Obviously we wanted to get the coolant filled, and that's not gonna happen. So I have got good news. I have spent about an hour and a half. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did. And I found a radiator, this one. It's a second hand, but it's from the company, it's like a breakers, ASM I think you call them, and they have one in stock, so I'm gonna get this one hopefully this week. I have phoned the guys that always deliver my car parts from England. See, I'm in Northern Ireland, so it takes a bit of time to get it, but hopefully I can get the radiator this Saturday, and it means if I can get it this Saturday, I can get this fixed. So we'll do the bracket. So this goes here, and this goes here, but this is looking up like that. It should not be like this. It should be like that, nice and flat. So I'm gonna have to straighten that one out. In order to do that, I'm gonna have to get something. I think it's only, to be honest, I think the whole car is aluminium. And it should be soft enough. I think this is in the right place. I'm gonna double check, but I think it's in the right place. So what I need to do is just screw this on here and see if I can get this straightened out. So I'm gonna take these two, I'm gonna sandwich it down. And I make a sandwich. Okay, making a sandwich. Don't have other vice grips to use, so I'm using this. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get some vice grips. Here we go, nice sandwich. Push it down. I honestly think this looks pretty good. Let's grab a couple of screws. So I have just fitted it, it's obviously loose, but I think it looks okay. See, it kind of has to come forward a bit, but you can kind of move it, and then you would tighten it. You know, only moving it a tiny bit forward. But probably not know until you get the, the light on, but tighten that and then tighten all this, and that should be sweet. Spent about half an hour looking for screws and stuff to match that, but it's impossible to find exactly what I want. So we're gonna just use what we have. So let's see how this looks. It's not screwed down, but I just want to see what it looks like. There's obviously no where to screw that on because the top cover or the plate is off. But here it looks, the line's okay. And then you have your cable. It goes actually here, and then it goes here. I'm not gonna do that now because they're a nightmare to take off. But once I'm happy with the position, I'll just clip them back in. And that should be good. But apart from that, yeah boy. Can't fit that anyway, to be honest, because I have to spray these black. I don't want to leave it grey color, so I might take this off and give them a good spray. Missing like a real plastic bracket. This one is from this side. It sits like that, and the bumper clips in here. So I'm still waiting for this part. It hasn't arrived, so I can't do much with that anymore. So that's the way that's gonna be right now. So the sun went down, the mood went down, and I think I shot myself in the foot today. I did say I'm gonna make this look pretty, but I think I'm gonna make it look worse. So the lesson is, my people, don't promise something you can deliver. I know you can plan things, but I did say I promise you guys that this will look amazing. But no, it's gonna look worse because I'm gonna take this rat pack out completely out. But here, to make it better, I'm gonna fit this. To be honest, guys, you see this part? This is the first thing I actually bought before I even got the car, because in the photos I seen this was missing. So what we'll do, we'll fit this, and this will make it so much better, or make me feel so much better. So here we go. let's get this fitted. Here we go. Boom. Perfect. Got the wee clips. Couple of clips. I'll stick them on, and the car will. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Am I making this car looking better by putting this on? I think I am. So I haven't lied. Voila! And the car's looking like new. I'm just walking around looking for things to do. So this is windscreen washer tank. So I'm gonna take this off. Need to straighten the bracket anyway. Look at this, like some sort of sludge in there. Gooey. These are the pumps. I have taken them out. Well, these two are the original ones. But this one here had this on, and I was damaged there. And this one was an Amazon. It's like a Ford Focus one for 11 quid or something. But what I've done was I took this one off that one and fitted on the original pump. So that's basically fixed. It's quite dirt inside, so I'm gonna get these clean. I'm gonna clean them both. This was so tight. It's really dirty, so I don't know if you can see it. So I got the second one out as well. So the best way to clean this, I found, is using the airline. They actually look pretty good. The easiest way to refit these is put some fair liquid. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So this is a sensor. It's like a float sensor. It's slightly damaged. It's a wee bit bent. Don't have a heat gun here and a hot air gun, so I'm gonna try to use this. So I'm gonna heat this up slightly and see if I can get this back into its original position. Oh, that actually worked. It actually worked pretty well. Just sitting up like that, and you can see where the stress marks are. And that's it. Push it through. And that's it. Job's done. So that's ready to go back into the car. So another thing we can do, this is the top bit that we took off the car, and the headlight mounts here. There's a screw hole here, but it's bent. This side is nice and straight, and this side is not. And this as well. This is. So that's it. That is all straightened out. This is the front crash bar, and it looks like it's bent here and bent here. And I wonder if it was kind of strapped and then pulled, because I don't see why this part would be bent. But anyway, I'll put it in the place. So that's it. Got that straightened. And that's straightened. It looks so much better. I have taken headlight panel off and sprayed it black, and I also have taken the bracket off as well, and I have sanded down, so I'm gonna paint it black as well. So yeah, today we didn't do what we planned to do, but we still stayed productive. We have straightened the headlight mounting point, we have straightened a few things on the crash bar, and we also done the two pumps and the level sensor. We have done a good amount of work, so yeah, I'm happy enough to wrap her up, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Aha,
I got defeated.
Last night I had this all prepped. I took it all apart.
1 point to David, 0 points to Radiator.
And it's ready for a new one. So if we're getting that today, which I think we will, we can get this whole back together, just the radiator pack, and then we're gonna refill it, and then hopefully she's gonna be sweet.
Oh yeah.
So I have received the radiator, which is a
Freaking amazing news, right? But guess what? My tools are in my car, so this car has given me issues for past 3 days or so. It won't start, so I left the car here and I took my mom's car and I left the keys at my girlfriend's mom's house because that's where I stay. Now I don't have the tools to change it because it's locked in there and I don't have the keys, so I'm gonna have to wait. No.
So this is the new one, this is the old one, and the new one came with the broken pin as well. So this is the pin that we used for repairing this. So I'm gonna do the same thing while I'm waiting for the tools. I'm gonna get this repaired same way as I did with the old one. Hey.
I repaired the pin. I used a plastic welding method. It actually worked pretty well, and then also a thread rod, and I clamped it down, and I used some spare plastic I found lying about the house, and that's it. You wouldn't even know. Last night I broke the V clip on this side, but what I've done, burnt the hole through this and used one of the cable tie clips from Amazon. Simple but easy. This is the water pump cable. The one was just hanging on a light bracket. It seems to be slightly damaged, so I'm gonna repair this while I'm waiting for my tools to come. So I have repaired the cable where it was broken and rewrapped it, and then cable tied it to these points because that's where it goes. So last night I have spent a lot of time putting this back together. We took the radiator out and it does look better. Like I said, I did promise it's gonna look better, which it took 2 days longer than we expected. But it doesn't look any different than how when we bought the car. Well, apart from that light panel bracket. And last night I did fit the headlight, but we have a problem. But we'll come back to it. First thing we need to do is fill the radiators with coolant. I have tested to see if it's leaking. It's actually holding the pressure. So let's do this. I haven't done this, so I'm not really an expert, so I can't really teach you. This is my very first time doing this, but as far as I know, you put this inside a bottle, and this car takes up to 9.7 liters of coolant. So we're gonna have to use 2 of these. So you just open this. And you can see it's sucking the fluid in.
So it's gonna replace the vacuum with the coolant, basically. That's what it's doing. Google Light. It's a 9.7. I literally put in nearly 11 liters. So it's sitting below minimum, and I use 2.5, which is 5.5 liters each, or 4.5 in each. And I might have to just start the engine and see if it starts circulating through. I'm not sure if I've done this right or not, but the problem is there's like a pump there. I don't know if you see it. So that's a pump, and the wheel cables are nicked. So I haven't found out how you connect this up online. I wasn't sure. I might just try connecting it how I think it should be and hope for the best. Don't know, we'll see. Done this one, and I have bought the wee kit from Amazon. It's a car plug kit, and I'm trying to figure this out, but I think, to be honest, there's only one different cable color, which is green and white, and I assume it goes to purple and orange. Black, purple, black to purple, brown to brown, and then these two to whatever. Hopefully that's gonna work. Let's start this. I could connect my wee computer to see if there's any fault codes for that. Let's see. Starts straight away. So after we started the car, I was monitoring the coolant, and it wasn't really doing much. And this pipe here was still empty. There was no water. So I think I messed it up, the vacuum filling process. Okay, what's the next step? So that pump, which it's this pump here, which sits, well, this is the spare one that I got with the parts, but the pump sits here, and the wires plugged it in here. And I didn't have the wiring diagram, so I thought maybe I messed up the wires. So I looked up the wire diagram, and I'll show you up on the screen here. There's the wire diagram for that pump. And then once I plugged it all in and started the car again, and I connected my computer, and it said coolant pump low, so it means there's no power going to it. So then I started looking for a fuse, and I actually found a blown fuse in here, already taken it out. Where's in my pocket? So this is the blown fuse. You can see the wee black mark there. So I'm gonna put a new fuse in, connect the pump back up, and start the car to see if that pump operates and starts pumping the fluid around the car. And there's your bleeding points. It's really dark. There's a bleeding point here, there's a one below there, and there's one in the corner over there. So there's 3 bleeding points we're probably gonna have to use because I messed up the vacuum filling process. So I'm gonna change that fuse, and I'm gonna try again. Okay, let's start this one more time. I had to get a light, it's getting really dark. So let's do this. Ignition on, and let's start this. Don't know if this pump is doing anything or not. You can't even see, guys. I'm really sorry about this. It's really lumpy because there's no air mass sensor. There's nothing I can do about that. So I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna put this under vacuum with this coolant still being in the system, but I don't want to waste any coolant, so I have connected the out feed of it into the bottle. It won't go any higher than 30. Yeah, we'll try it now. I think that feels a lot better.
So we have filled the coolant and we have changed the fuse for the pump. So the next stage would be get it up to the temperature and to drive the car, but we can't do that because I'm waiting for the air mass sensor, MAF you call it, sensor, which hasn't arrived. So really we can't progress from here, I don't think. And yes, about the light. There's the headlight and it's the right hand side, and this is the part number X152 pixel LT. This is the original one, which is X152 Premium LT. So the part numbers don't match, and when I received the light I did notice that straight away. I sent the seller the details and he assured that was the right light, so I didn't question it. But here we go, there's the light. I fit it that night and this is what it's doing or not doing. I don't know how well you've seen it on the camera, but it's a lot slower to come on and go off. The indicators work, the hazard lights work, but not all the segments work on this light. The other one, there's like a top segments, they come on. This one doesn't not, and the high beam doesn't work. And that is because physically it fits. Mentally, different. So yeah, I have to send that back. But the seller is not convinced that is the light problem. He says there's only one type, even though I sent the part number and it's different. But yeah, we're gonna have to deal with it. I don't know how. I might just gonna have to take a hit and just buy another one with the same part numbers I have found on eBay. Ah, damn. Okay. Yeah, we have made progress. It is looking better. Well, if I keep that light in, it does look better than what we initially were doing a couple days ago. And I have taken the wheel away to get the new tire on, so hopefully that's going to be ready soon. So today she's getting a new tire. Phone up a place and they actually have one. Ta-da! New tire! Oh yeah! Brand new, baby.
So today is an exciting day.
This is the MAF sensor that I've been waiting for so long. So I end up ordering another one and another one and another. So I end up actually ordering 4 of them sensors and only have received 3. So with this, there's actually an interesting thing. I actually had to 3D print a few things to make it work, but we'll come back to that later. We need to fit this air box, which I actually got from eBay, and then we need to fit this.
So the first thing I'll fit is this, the air intake, and it goes in here behind us obviously, but I think I made a mistake. I'm gonna unscrew it to drop it down a bit so I can actually slide this under into there. Probably should have done that first, but oh well, mistakes were made. So I was using the V-ratchet to unscrew that, and I was like, that's gonna take forever. And I was like, sure, I bought a new toy. Bought a new toy, boys. And this should increase the productivity levels up to 1000%, you know what I'm saying? It's just an excuse that I keep telling myself for buying that. So let's try this. Oh yeah, this is actually, it is 10 times better. That's amazing.
Have clipped in the bottom under tray for the radiators. It's all nicely clipped in. And now what we have to do is put the air box on here, and we have to fit the MAF sensor. But the MAF sensor that I have bought, it was for the older model car. It was still for Jaguar, but it was for the old one. And this is the original sensor that was inside here, and it was actually glued. And I had to cut it nicely and pop it out. And I had to modify it as well to fit the new sensor, which is this one. So as you can see, it's a lot different. It's thinner and this is a lot thicker, but it fits now. But obviously I couldn't leave it like that because it's loose and it's not right, so I had to use a 3D printer to design and print an adapter for the new sensor. Yes, I could have went and bought the right one, but I couldn't find it online anywhere. You can get plenty of the sensors, but you can't get the housing for it. And I could have went to Jaguar, but probably would have cost you about 500 quid, maybe, I don't know, just throwing the number out there. But this housing with the sensor was 20 quid and the actual sensor was 30 quid. So really the whole thing is 50 quid, and then this cost me 50p to print, maybe not even, maybe 20p to print. And I have used the Onshape program to design this part, and I used the Bamboo X1 3D printer to print it, and it actually came out really nice. So this fits like that. As you can see, the gap is right now and it fits nice and snug. So I'm gonna glue this onto this, and then this just literally slides in like that, and 2 screws will bolt that down, and it's all nicely lined up. I have glued this on using the silicone and super glue. I have used heat shrink to make a wee gasket. I do feel like once that's in, it needs to be sealed. So I think that's gonna do a good job. So what we left to do is stick this on here like this. One more thing we need to do, we need to fit 2 deflectors. So this is the original one, and this one is 3D printed one, but it actually came out really good. It was these parts, like literally this size, like size of my hand, it's like 55 quid on eBay. And to print this, it cost me £1. I know it's not original, but I can't justify 55 quid for this, to be honest. So this is fitted. This is a deflector, like a side deflector. This is 3D printer one. I still need to get that the spongy stuff, but I use this. This is from Amazon. So these are like fixtures and stuff that was missing. So I have used the universal ones, which fits good. It's pretty good. I'm happy with that. It's getting dark as always, but I would like to straighten this out. I'm not going to make it perfect, obviously, but I would like to make it good enough so I can fit the light, and that might damage the light when it's closed. So I would like to straighten just enough, bring that back enough so I can put the light. So I think you need to heat this first. So I'm going to use heat gun to heat it up a bit. So I didn't spend too much time working on this, and I think it's as good as I gonna get at the minute, and it's enough for the headlight to clear that, or the lens, because I think before, if I close that, the lens would get cracked. And this is the new headlight that I received from eBay. It took a bit of time to get this one, but this is correct part number. The other headlight, I was trying to return it and get the replacement, but the guy stopped answering my messages, so I have another headlight, which is slightly different part number to this, but if anybody needs it, hit me up. I got a spare headlight. So yeah, let's get this headlight fitted and test it to see if all the function works. It looks, everything seems to be working. The only difference is this one turns off slower, But that may be to do with the timer. There's some timers on these, it might be, I don't know. So I need to check. I'm gonna plug the computer in to see if I can get that reset somehow. I don't know. But everything else seems to be good. Look at that. That looks brilliant. I call that success. I do need to obviously look at to see why it's turning off slower, but everything else seems to be working. Yes! High five! Great. We're back. This is next day. Last night it got too dark, so I had to leave it. But today we're gonna find out. A big question is still standing, and big issue is the coolant didn't get it up to the temperature because of mass sensor wasn't happy running the car lumpy. So we have fitted the mass sensor, the airbox, the light, and other few plastic bits and bobs and 3D printed parts and stuff. So what do we need to do? Get this. I would like to get this car moved here, and she's been huffing. She's been jealous of me working on this. So she's like, no, I'm not gonna start. I'm gonna start this, move it here. This charging overnight, but it charged fully and then obviously cut off, and then by the time I got here it discharged itself again. So now I have to charge this up because she won't start. She's just not happy with me at all. But because we're waiting for this, what we can do is get this car up to the temperature, and we're gonna find out if she's gonna overheat or it's gonna be sweet. Oh, this is a big moment. Let's see. Ignition on. Okay, wipers on. We have nearly half a tank of fuel, maybe over, yeah, slightly over. Alright, let's go. Okay. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do first? What we'll do first, so I'm gonna check the 3 bleeding points to see if there's any air, because it's been sitting a while, and they say when it sits a while the air travels up to the highest point, which is here. So I'm going to unscrew and see if there's any air in the system. I've removed the covers and it sits right here. Oh yeah, so when the car, if you can't start the car and you need to push it because this is automatic, this is actually override to your neutral. So if you pull this like that, and it clicks in, the car is in neutral, so you can actually push the car now. I forgot to say this to in the first video. This is how we actually end up getting the car moving onto the trailer and off the trailer, is by engaging this. And how it disengage with one hand is hard, so you pull that again and there's a wee clip. You loosen that clip, but I can't do it now. Oh, you heard the click, and that's it. That's back to normal. There's any air, so you loosen that. Oh, there it is. You hear it? I bled all the 3 points. One here, one there, and the most awkward one, I honestly don't know why they put it in there, but you need a mega long screwdriver. I have a screwdriver there, but it's not long enough. But there's one right here. It's crazy. I don't know how you're supposed to get to that, but then I had to top it up a little bit more. It was actually going too low, which is a good sign. That means there was an airlock, which we have got rid of. So what we'll do now, we're gonna get this started. Oh yeah. Okay. So the temperature is here. So when it's in the middle, that means we're good. And if it doesn't move from the middle up towards the red line, that means we're sweet. Girl is running, waiting to get it up to the temperature. Let's try to start this. Oh no. She's not cooperating at all. I ended up doing jump starting. It wasn't charging up, so I had to jump start it using my new baby. Yeah. So as you can see, we got the car moved, and it's been idling for about, I say for about good 15 minutes, and the temperature is staying good. So I think we have this problem fixed. Well, it wasn't a problem to start off. I think I just didn't fill it correctly, and then after bleeding a couple times and let it go up to the temperature, I think it's good. It's holding the temperature, so that means
it's ready for some cosmetics. And when I say cosmetics, I mean the front bumper. Wait a minute, now the car is up to the temperature, what else we can do? We can wrap the poop out of it. You know what I mean? See what it sounds? Let's go. Let's do this. Let's go to sports mode. Yeah. Right. And it's time to get the front nose on. So this is the front bumper, and I got this as a complete bumper from AMS. Them guys are absolutely brilliant. Whatever way is in a photo, that's exactly what you're getting. No messing about. And it's a really nice bumper, F-Type, or not sure what that stands for. There's a Jaguar badge, and this came with everything. It came with the wire loom, it came with the headlight washers, the sensors for your crash, what do you call it, SRS sensors. And the only thing I have to do for the washers, I need to repair the pipe, because there's no washer fluid pipe on here, so I need to repair the old one. There was a few parts missing off it, so it shouldn't be too hard to do, but I think I'm going to get this on first, because these connections look okay, so I'm just gonna have to plug them in. So what are we gonna do now is put the bumper on the car. Here we go. Okay, wow, this looks actually really good. Obviously the body lines will not be perfect, because that's out, and then here it needs to be pushed back in a couple mil. The light needs to come out. It's not going to be set perfectly anyway to this car. This is actually a big moment, but you can actually see the shape. You can see the curves, the lights. Like I said, obviously the body lines are not good, but even that, I didn't actually do that bad of a job. Straighten that. The light needs to come out a bit. It actually looks like a car now, boys and girls. This is actually a huge improvement. Okay, so we need to do one more thing. I'm gonna get a front fender. I'm gonna fit that and see what that looks like. Give me a moment. I'm gonna go and get it. Before I put the side fender on, I need to put the 2 hoses for your washer fluid. So I have this all done. I'm gonna just put a cable tie here like this, and it goes around here, and I have it clipped in there, and I clipped in here, and it clipped in here, and cable tied it, and then it connected back in there. So it's nicely cable tied. I replaced these with the Amazon cable tie clips things. Amazon keeps getting free advertisement, but this is what I've used, and it's a good job. So there's no fluid to test to see if they work, but we'll do that some other time, because it is getting late and I want to fix that bumper to the car so I don't have to take it off. Of course there was no screws with that bumper, so I went and got 10 million bolts, and hopefully they will do the job. Starting to look amazing. Didn't do the bottom part, I just done the top, just to hold it, just enough to hold it in its place. So let's see. Turn the lights on. Oh boy, look at that. The car is taking the shape. It's coming back to life. There's a reason why this channel is called Exotic Pulse, because what we do in this channel, we bring these babies back to life. And she's the first one. She's the first victim. But not the last. Oh boy, I cannot wait to take this on the road. No, not today, maybe not today, but I'm so tempted to. because everything else seems to be good. Yeah, let's see. Let's put the side wing on. Over, nearly all gone. All used up. I'm gonna have to go and steal more. Today is a beautiful day. Sunshine is shining. She's looking pretty. Look at it. Gorgeous. Today we're gonna get the side skirt on because it's cracked and broken here. So I wanna get that fitted today. And hopefully it shouldn't be too big of a job. I don't know how you start this job. I think you will have to take the rubber seal out and then you have to lift this up. So there's a wee plastic fixtures that we have to take out. Sometimes they're quite hard, so this one here, what you have to do is get your wee flathead, pull it out a tiny bit, then you get this tool, which is pretty cool, pretty good, and then you pull. It didn't break it. There was quite a few in the bottom. And I also removed, there was like a plastic trim here, there was a couple screws, and then there was like a rubber seal goes around here, which was held by these, so I'm gonna have to take that one out obviously. And then there's a couple of these screws which I have already loosened. But there is a wee rivet here. I need to drill that out. There we go. Oh yeah. Jeez, dirty. There we go. Oh boys. Welcome to Northern Ireland. Absolute mayhem, eh? As soon as you start doing something, it does this to you. Oh well. It means time for some lunch. So I cleaned up everything because everything was soaked, and now I'm ready to get this on first. Last night I did screw it on, but not properly because I couldn't get the access to the bottom bolts. So what I need to do now is screw this on first and then put the side skirt on. Okay, I have got lots of screws again. Let's see if this is any good. Trying to adjust the side wing, but what I have noticed now, there's a big lip, so that needs to move back a bit, even though around here it's actually really good. 5 mil or something, that's way off. Okay. So I've got this all clipped in, looking pretty good. And the side is looking good as well. Nice and flush. Take the side skirt off again, just because the screws don't line up. So if I had it screwed as it is, my line moved that way, so it's too far that way. So I have to drill the holes out slightly wider so I can actually fit this where I want it to be, not where it wants to be. Oh yeah, starting to look really good. Last night we spent a lot of time trying to get the side skirt replaced, and the first time we failed because it didn't line up properly, so we had to drill bigger holes. Look at that today. All this hard work is paying off. She's looking pretty, slightly different colors, but doesn't matter. She's looking class. What is this box? What's inside this box? It's a very crucial part for the car, and you would never guess. So, I'll show you now. Wheel arch liners. So yeah, they are so hard to get. Those are screwed to your front bumper, so when that gets pulled off, pulls the wheel arch liners off. So any car that is hit from the front, the wheel arch liners usually get damaged as well. And the biggest problem is they're just literally a piece of plastic. They're not even that big or anything. But if you buy them from Jaguar, for one side, £750 for a single wheel arch liner. And that's why everybody's trying to get them second hand, because obviously you can get them still a lot cheaper. So yeah, I got both of them for 300 quid. It does still sound a lot and it's quite expensive. Oh, so we have came back to this wee workshop. Well, it's my mum's spare bedroom. This one is slightly damaged here. So what I need to do is plastic weld it. So these are the staples. I might do a wee demonstration, like a close-up. So this is the button you press. So press and hold it, and you'll see that should start glowing red. So that's the way it comes out. So that's what it ended up looking like. I think it's safe to say it's pretty sturdy. So now we use this to clip them off, nice and flush. Another thing that came with this, it was this. So you put that in here like that, and then you melt them in. It's never gonna look like new, but it's not about making it look like new. It's about fixing it. And to be honest, I think it done a good job of fixing it. Let's get the security key. Let's fit this rare piece of gold in here. This is the one we repaired. Does it even fit? I haven't even tested. Getting all excited and don't even know if it fits. It should like, but just don't know, do you? Oh no. Oh no, it does. Oh, that scared a bit. That scared me a bit. There's actually some screws from the previous wheel arch liner, so I need to get some tools. Absolutely beautiful. And obviously if you're a duck, you would love it. But I am not a duck. I hate it. Crazy up here, bros. Okay, this side is done. I'm happy with this side. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm gonna go inside. I can't do this. I'm gonna get completely soaked. Yeah. And this is why it takes so long to get anything done. Every 5 minutes you're like getting soaked. And we wait. Okay, rain has completely stopped. So let's get this done. I'm gonna show you my 3D printed adapter for the MAF sensor. Looking good. You wouldn't even know. So that's the box, and then this is where the washer fluid goes. This is, we obviously fitted that, and these are all the pipes we've done. Goes all the way around here, and that's it. So let's get this wheel arch on. And now that we've finished fitting the wheel arches, the sun came out.
course, typical. I'm not complaining. It's nice to see the sun out. So there's in total 11 bolts holding this. All bolted down apart from here, and this I think you gotta fix the plastic fixture for that. So I'm gonna get that, and that's gonna be done. We're gonna get the wheels back on. All like 680 not different type in total, but there's about 12 different type, and this is the one I'm gonna use to push that in here. Look at this. Nope. Nope. Here we go. And do the same thing on the other side. So what are we gonna do to this car today? Well, we're gonna start taking everything off that we put on in the past 2 months and get it ready for the spray job. Jaguar has came with a lot of imperfections. There's a scratch here, there's a scratch here, and obviously all the new panels that we put on, they need to be color matched, so they all need to be sprayed. And of course we straightened the bonnet, but we're not professionals, so we didn't do the best of the job, so he was gonna have to fix that and spray the whole bonnet. And the other things I would like to do is, if you call them wee tiny mods, it would be all these plastic trimmings, if you want to call it. I want them in gloss black, all the trimmings all around the windows and the side skirt. Well, this one is kind of gloss black already, but on the other side it is not. So I need to get that side skirt off, unfortunately, and that panel as well. So yeah, take a good look at this beauty, because in about a couple minutes she's gonna be completely stripped. I haven't actually give you a quick update on what we're doing here and why we're in this area. Usually we work up there. So we're going back in time, and this is what it used to look like. And this is the area I would like to use to build a garage. But look at this. What we done was we started the groundwork where the garage is gonna be in the future. And so much room now. Look at that. That's absolutely amazing. Look how much room we have. It's like I can't run. My foot is still sore. But we literally have all this room. What that means, we need more cars. Well, that's my excuse. But yes, look at that. Okay, enough talking. Let's get to work. Of course, we have prepped our area. It actually feels a bit sad taking everything apart, but it just feels like we're going backwards, but we're not. I promise we're literally gonna get this looking amazing. So of course, the first thing I have to do, obviously lift the car up. So now is the time to take off the world's most expensive wheel arch liners. Ta-da! Another one. So to take this bumper off, what you need to do is the wheels off and then wheel arch liners as well. And then you have to disconnect the wire loom. And it's all color coded, so it's fine. And then on the other side, don't forget to disconnect the headlight washer. And it's literally just, you kind of have to pull these this way. And you see this, the gap here? So you pull this way and it unlocks it. And that's it. Well, also take all the screws out. So we are making a good progress. We have most of stuff off from this side anyway. It's getting pretty dark, but so far we got the side skirt off, the wing, both headlights, the bumper, and all the stuff is sitting there. It looks crazy, and I still need to do this side. Yeah, I need to to do the both tail lights, I need to take them off, and in order to do that, I think I'm gonna have to take the bumper off. I'm not sure. We'll see. So it's getting late, and after a couple of good hours of work, we got loads done. I'm gonna have to bring this in the house and tidy everything up.
So we're back next day, and we're doing exactly the same thing what we've done on the other side. Lift the car up, take the wheel off, and to take the side skirt off, you have to take the seal off. And it comes with the wee plastic clips, and then also you have to take this plastic trim. But this side skirt hasn't been taken off by me, so I have to drill the wee rivet, and that's it off. Now I'm just gonna pop the bonnet. There are a couple screws to get the side fender off, and the fender is gonna get sprayed, and the wee plastic trim as well. So now it's time to get the rear bumper off. The reason I have to do that, obviously it's getting sprayed, and also I'm taking the headlights out as well. There's 2 nuts on the bottom, just where I'm spraying the WD-40, and then there's 2 bolts on each side going up the way. And you also have to take this trim off. It was quite awkward, it was really tight.
So to take the bumper off, the rear bumper, it's actually a lot more complicated than I thought. So you need to pop this off, which is held by clips at the back here. And then there's clips in the bottom, which are these plastic ones. And then there's these ones, which kind of slide out, but they don't really slide out, you have to pull them. So I'm gonna pop this one back in here. So you do that, and then there's a nut that holds this in place, so you need to loosen that, and then that's see that there, you push that in like that. You don't pull it like the rest, you don't pull it, you push it down, yeah. And then there's all these cables which are really hardwired in a way, so you have to pop all the wee holders, fixtures, and then you have to disconnect some of them, but it's just so complicated. They made it so complicated to take that off. So yeah, so I had to pop this off again. This is just held by wee fixtures, so you pull that. I started pulling from this side, like sides first, and then work away around your middle, and then, like it says, you have to pop this off, and this is really complicated. The reason I'm saying it's complicated, it's actually glued with a double-sided tape, which this one is, I'm gonna have to replace it, but it's really thin, as you can see. So I'm gonna have to buy some double-sided tape to reseal that. To remove the headlight, you need to take these 2 nuts off, this bracket off, which is this nut here. Then you have to take this whole lining out. I don't know what you call that. I've done this side. And in order to do that, you need to lift this up just enough. And there's a wee clip that holds this, and you just lift this up, and that's on clips. It's like a wee hook. And then you have to take this off, take this here off, all these things you just lift up and it pops out, and then basically, yeah, so that's very important. So this is like a hook, so you lift this up, unclip, like to take this off, so it sits like that. So I would start off from this side, you pull this way, and then you pull this whole thing that way as well, because there's like a wee thing, so do not lift, make sure you're pulling that way. So this is actually a lot of work. So once you take all this out, there's 2, or there's maybe 1, so you have to take this, so you have to take this nut off. So that's basically it. After all this, ta-da! Oh, it's crazy how much you have to take off. You have to repeat on this side, same stuff, same thing. There you go. And there is 2 done. That was really complicated. This looks absolutely crazy. It's easy to take things off, but then we need to remember we're gonna have to put all this back together. So let's do a quick walk around. What we already have achieved. Still have to take all the trimmings off from the bumper and the side skirts. So that's not all. The car is going away tomorrow, so I don't really have much time left. So I am in a bit of a rush, trying to get this all done. Let's look at this. Oh yeah, another thing. I think there used to be a mouse in here. Crazy. Guys, I correct myself. To actually take the rear bumper off, you don't have to take the loom out or off the actual bumper. It's actually fed in here. It goes into here. 1, 2, 3, 4 connections, and you pull it out through here. So there's a big grommet. So this is it, and you just pull it all out. So yeah, live and learn. And here, look at this. So there's a big washer, windscreen washer tank, which when you fill this, it pumps the fluid into this tank until it reaches the maximum level float sensor. So that's how it works. So you fill it through here, and then it automatically pumps it into this tank as well. So that's how that works, which is pretty interesting. Very exciting. It's day 3 and I'm getting the car onto the trailer. At least this time it drives and suspension is good. So it's time to get the bumpers ready. So I have already taken some stuff apart. So here we go, I made 2 piles. This stuff is going to get sprayed and this stuff is staying with me. So this is all the plastic things that you don't really see. All that there is half enough of this finish. It's quite nice. All these, I don't know, he's gonna inspect these to see if there are any bad scratches or anything. These are getting painted, and these all bits and bobs getting sprayed. Here, and this here is going to be gloss black. I hope it's not going to be too blacked out, but I'm going to get this all packed and I'll hit the road. So we have arrived, and this is all the bits and pieces I have packed. I'm going to take them out and then bring it to the spray shop. This is Brian's workshop, and there's still a couple things that I need to do. So this is the lower part of the rear bumper, and I need to drill the rivets to get it split so it's easier to get sprayed. And I also need to debadge the rear bumper. I also need to remove the door handles, and to do that you need to take the door panels off and the wing mirror. So in his workshop I'm not gonna be talking too much because there's a radio and I just don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm just gonna do voiceover. I'm so grateful that Brian let me use his workshop. He stole us his car lift to get this car ready to the level it needs to be before it gets sprayed. And yeah, the weather wasn't horrible that day and it was just such a blessing working inside. Once I removed the door card, that gave me access to the door handle, which is held by 3 nuts. So you see me doing the driver's side, and this is the passenger side, and this is where the screws are located. So again, it's the same process as the driver's side. You just remove the bolts and then unclip the panel and remove this as well. So both doors are prepped, the door handles are off and the wing mirrors off, and obviously all the trims. So the next stage is to take all the rubber seals from the rear quarter panel, and this door seal needs to come off as well, because we need to take this window out and we need to take this trim out as well to get it sprayed. So to get the rear quarter panel glass removed, you need to take this nut out and then remove the Torx. As you can see, there's 3 Torx there under the glass, and loosen this as well. It's like a tensioner. So before you can remove the glass, there's one more thing you have to do. There's a cover, and to take that off you have to push it towards the boot like that. And now you can actually take that bolt out, and then once you have done that, you can literally pull the glass, and that's it. So yeah, we successfully got the whole car ready for painting. As you can see, both doors done, both trims, two side trims, and both windows are out. So literally I have spent 2 days working in his workshop, getting this car prepped, and it's finally ready. So now that I have the car ready and I have some free time, plus he has a car lift, I thought I will use this opportunity to fix this shield. It's like an exhaust shield. So what I think had happened, obviously when the car was getting lifted with the fork trucks, the forks got caught and pushed it back. So this is me trying to get it straightened as much as I can. It wasn't too bad. So yeah, because the car is up in the air, it was quite easy to get the pry bar and pull this. I know it's aluminium and it's pretty malleable, but at the same time it took a bit of effort to get this straightened and to the standard that I wanted it to be. So yeah, what do you think, guys? I think it turned out good. So now it's time to work on the bonnet, and to do that I need to put the both headlights on and the bumper. So while the Brian is working on the bonnet, I'm gonna get these side trims ready. So they all need to be sanded down, roughened up so the paint sticks. And yeah, it was quite a big job. It took a lot of effort and a lot of sanding to get them to where they're ready to get sprayed. So that's them all done, and now I have to block this because it's like a stone chip, and this is the front bumper trim. So you have to block them so they're nice and smooth, and then you just do the same process as everything else. Then you just roughen them up. So this is the side trim, and there's like a plastic mold which I need to take off. I don't want that sprayed, I want to keep it as plastic color or like original. So I had to use a solar iron to unmelt it, if that makes sense. And then you just do the same thing, keep sanding. All these parts are ready to get sprayed. All the trims, that's gonna go gloss black. So now I still need to sand these down. The lower bumper, these are lower side skirts. Just gonna sand them down, same as the other trims. And that's it. So that's it, that's them done. And as you can see, the blue patches on the passenger skirt, that means the car has been damaged on that side. So while I was working on the smaller parts of the car, Paul spent a good amount of time sanding the car down, and Brian was working on the bonnet to get that dent out. And he had to prime all the exposed metal parts. So we have spent 3-4 days getting this car prepped, basically ready to get sprayed. So we're in a sprayed booth, and I'm very lucky that Brian let me actually be part of this process. Usually you just bring the car and drop it off and they get everything done. But I have asked, and he was kind enough to actually let me be here and help him out to get this car ready for the spraying. Woo! So he done 3 undercoats, which was the original color of the car. And then after that, he done 3 lacquer coats. And look at the reflection on that, that looks insane. So after the car is sprayed and baked, you have to sand it down again and then polish it to get any orange peel effect out of the paint. It's normal when the car gets sprayed. So Paul's polished the whole car, and look at that, it's like a mirror effect. Unbelievable, looks crazy good. So you have to clean them again just to make sure there's no dust particles, but wait till you see the result. So look at that sparkle. Wow, it's hard to imagine that the paint can look like that. Amazing. And this is gloss black. Do you see it? Looking crazy good. I'm absolutely blown away with the results. It looks insanely good. So that's me back next day. This must be day 4 or something, and now I'm ready to put everything back together. It's really exciting, and everything is going in basically in reverse, but I still end up making quite a few mistakes. So guys, let me know in the comments if you prefer this sort of thing instead of full time lapse. I'm just trying this out to see if you enjoy watching this in this format. So I wasn't happy how these two are lining up. It's just a wee trim, so I had to take everything apart again to readjust it. Wee brain fart moment. Yeah, I'm trying to put it from underneath, but it has to go from above. Took me a while, but yeah. This is where I have noticed that I have made a mistake. This rubber seal should be nice and flush, but as you can see it's sticking out like this. And when I was putting in it felt right, but obviously it wasn't. This is the way it should be, nice and flush. So that's it, the time has come and it's time to get this baby home for a final reassembly. So this is the body gap that I'm aiming for these side panels. So that's the panel gap done. So like where I marked it, so it's not bad. And the top is the same. Oh, bring this back a bit. Yep. Looking good. So this is the seal between the side window frame and where the door closes. And there's a double-sided tape, but it's obviously, because I took it off, it's not a stick anymore. So I'm gonna replace this with Gorilla one, and it might do the job. So this is the finished product. So you push that in behind that. Tape was just here. So that's stuck, and this goes nice around under this. Yep. It gets confusing sometimes when you take these out and if you don't remember how to push them in. So these go in the bottom of the skirt, side skirt. There's like 11 screws. So all these there. There's a couple on the top. I still need to do this one. Good job I checked. Always double checking, no matter how careful you are. Always double check. We're so close of getting this actually back on the road. At the minute, obviously the car is road, like it's illegal to drive the car on the road because I don't have the tax or MOT. MOT has expired, so we need to get the MOT. I got the V5 form back a couple of weeks ago, which was good. So I can't tax it until I get MOT'd. So I need to get the MOT first. And before I can get this car MOT'd, I obviously need to get the pads changed. And the other thing is, I'm not sure, I think I'll need to change this tire. I don't think that's gonna pass MOT. And unfortunately, they're very expensive tires, and these are still good. So that's the sad thing is they're still freaking good, and there's 300 pounds per tire. And if I'm doing this side, I feel like I have to do the other side. See the difference? So that's why I'm gonna change them. So I have forgotten my tool, so I'm gonna attempt to use this. You need to compress this
obviously to allow for new brakes, because obviously these ones are so thin. The piston came out about probably that much more than, like, if you put these together and put these together, this is the difference in thickness. So what it means, obviously, this needs to come back, and in order to do that you need to compress it. So this is what it looks like. So you're pressing it from the bottom up. Just careful, don't damage the seal, like don't clamp it under the seal, and then you just do this nice and slow. That's the job done. And the end product is this. Like, it's fine, it's nothing's damaged. Clean these, put a bit of grease. That's the way it sits. But these make it freaking really awkward to press it in. So that's what it looks like. This is nice and flush to this side. This is nice and flush to this side. There's no rocking, it's nice and solid. That's how you know you've done it right. So now I'm gonna set this on this, clip this in. So that's the front done. Let's get the rears done. And the other side, I'll do it off camera. There's no point just watching me doing this again. The rear pads are pretty much the same. They're slightly smaller. The only difference is this car has electronic handbrake. So I think I'm gonna have to release it. And before I do that, I'm gonna put a few blocks under the wheels to keep it from rolling. Just because it's electronic, I can't compress the piston like I done the front. So what I'm gonna need to do is try to see if I can get it into service mode using this app. So yeah, we'll see. The device I'm using for this is Think Diagnostics Tool 2, which is a Bluetooth device. So I'm getting loads of faults here because obviously half a car is missing. So I'm gonna clear all these. Yes. So I'm gonna try this. So let's go to Special Functions, Electronic Brake, and put it into service position. Okay. Yes, ignition is on. Yes, the vehicle is on a level ground. Yes. Confirm. This application will retract. Yes. It's not doing it. Why are you not doing it, bruv? Investigated. How? Who will? Yeah, I'm not satisfied. Park and brake. So what I end up doing is releasing the handbrake, and to do that you need to turn the ignition on, press the brake pedal and hold it, and then press V button, lift the V button to release the handbrake. The parking should be off, so you can move this now. So let's try this again. Service, confirm, ignition is on, it's been always on. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Oh. Oh, it seems to be working, boys. So that is in the service mode, so that means we can actually decompress the piston now. Yeah, complete. Okay, we will change the pads now. So I have this set to service position, so it's all the way back. So what we could do, maybe get the screwdriver and depress the cylinder into the back position. So it's moving now, boys. It is this way. So, I don't know if you can see, jam screwdriver in this way, and you pull it back. Anyway, that's that done. Now we can get at it. So I get a couple blocks to release the pressure from the pipe in case we twist and the brake. Pull these out. Look how close those to the sensor, it's like 0.5 mil. So they had to be changed. So when you have this both end like that, make sure they slide quite free and there's no tight spots, because if there's tightness, that means they might not squeeze evenly. I know this carrier is supposed to have them pretty balanced, but again, like it says, it's better if it's free. So that's that done. The parking brake cable is connected, then the sensor is plugged back in. So that's set ready. So what we left to do is put it back into normal operational mode. So we're gonna exit the maintenance thing now,
So that's done. Boom, complete. But basically that's it. I'm just gonna do this and that's done. So I'm gonna get the wheels back on and we're looking good. So this side is complete. I'm gonna do the brake pads now, but I'm not gonna video it because you've already seen the process. Look how close this brake pad sensor was about to leave the chat. See, nearly perished. So close. So once they get scuffed, they are damaged. That means you can't reuse it, so you have to buy a new one. So yeah, I'm gonna take this one out and reuse it because this one barely made it. It made it. So this sensor didn't want to come out. It's fine now, but I literally had to cut this in half. This up this way, like, to get this one out. I got the side skirts on, I got all the seals done. Trying to remember how to put these back together was absolute nightmare because they go a certain way. The seals I messed up, I didn't know how to put it back together. I just forget. Just what happens. I'm sure guys you can relate of forgetting stuff, but we're moving forward. We're moving forward in a good pace. And I do want to get this car ready for a show. There's a car show in St. Angela Airport in Fermanagh. But as you can see, look at this. The bonnet is missing. And the reason the bonnet is missing is because it wasn't ready for collection. When I was collecting the car, the bonnet was just getting sprayed and it wasn't ready, but I needed the car collected that day because that was the only day that it suited me. This is how you bring the bonnet back home. Just because it's huge. You strap it on like that and hope for the best. So we have safely came back. Now it's time to put this on. That's going to be a challenge on itself. Another upgrade. Yeah, boy. So it's time to put these things in. Always keep hydrated in this lovely weather. So that's good. So when I was getting the car resprayed, I had to take the bonnet off. And now I have to realign it. And that took, not even joking, around 2 hours. So I have spent a good amount of time playing with the panel gapping, and to be honest, it doesn't look too bad. This corner is a bit low, but apart from that, the gaps are pretty even. So the gap is pretty consistent. So I'm happy with the gapping, but obviously I still have to do the front bumper, which probably I'm gonna have to adjust a tiny bit more, maybe. Well, we'll see once I start putting this together. So yeah. So now it's time to get these headlights on, because you have to put them on before you put the bumper on. But we're gonna get these on, and then we need to still build up the front bumper, which I don't know where to do. It's very windy today. It's far too windy to do it outside, because all the wee tiny plastic bits will just go fly everywhere, which I don't want because they're brand new and beautiful looking. Or painted, sprayed, brand new sprayed, yeah. So this is the plastic bracket that goes on to, oh, made a mistake, hang on. Need to take this out. So this goes here. Like that. I honestly don't know, obviously, where these needs to be at the minute, so I just have them just sitting as they are. And then once you get the bumper on, then you can adjust the width and the height. These strips on, it's just like spongy stuff. I'm not sure how thick this meant to be. I didn't even see it online, so I've done the same thing here. This is a 3D printed part that I have printed. Now it's time to get this back together. First thing, let's go to the front.
So that's the bumper done. I know it's dusty and stuff, and you can't really see much in this light. Will look good once it's on the car.
So I got my mom out to help me to put this bumper on, and here I'm just explaining where things needs to go. Oh mom, thank you for the dance, and sorry for the dance at the same time. Yeah, karma is definitely a thing.
We are on last couple final steps of getting this car finished. We had to strip a lot of interior out for me to get the car ready for spraying and stuff. The sail windows had to come out. Sorry about the dust on it. It's just the weather for some reason brings a lot of sand, and especially because it's a black car you can see a lot more. What I have to do is put all this back in, which is just interior trims and stuff. It's not a lot of work, it's gonna take a bit of time. I'm gonna do a quick time lapse. I'm gonna show you the final product once everything is back in, and probably get the wheels done as well in this video. So really, in the next couple minutes, I hope you're gonna get the chance to see the whole finished product. So after all this time, it's actually pretty funny. Like, I haven't even drove the car. Like, well, I have driven from there around here where it sits now, but I actually haven't took a proper drive in it because obviously of the paperwork. It's not road legal because there's no tax, no MOT, and I only received my V5 not that long ago. And they have actually got the MOT book. They have a date for it, which I'm very excited about it. But I still need to get the two rear tires before I can put it through MOT. So this is how the interior looks at the minute. It looks crazy. But like I said, in a few minutes I'm gonna get this back all together. So we have spent so much time getting this car ready, and like, I've been grinding like crazy for weeks, absolutely for weeks, trying to get this car painted, sprayed, and get it all finished. So yeah, it's been a crazy journey from the start to now. It's taken a lot longer, I think, than I anticipated, just because obviously this is my first project and I didn't know what to expect. But at the same time, I learned a lot, and hopefully you have too. The judgment day has came. Will she pass? Well, we'll soon find out. And guess what? We're just back from the MOT center, and the car has actually done good or bad? Obviously passed. What do you mean? Of course it's gonna pass. We spent like 4 months working on it. Yeah, I'm joking. But no, I'm really happy that it actually passed. So this is a first crash salvage car, and we successfully passed the MOT test. See, anytime I get my car tested, it feels like an exam test, I swear. It feels like they're just judging your work, but no. I'm so happy the car has passed, so now we can legally drive it, and maybe we'll go for a wee test run, yeah? 60 in 5.7 seconds. Oh yeah. Enough rallying? Scaring neighbors off? Yes. So guys, we actually done it. We completed our first crash project car and I think it turned out good. Obviously you can be judge of that, but of course I couldn't have done this without help of other people. Brian helped me to get this car ready and he sprayed the car and he made a really good job. He's some worker like, and he allowed me to use his workshop to get this car prepped for painting. And obviously of course I couldn't have done without Niall penciling me in to get these wheels refurbished a week early, because obviously needed for the car show. I was working on a tight deadline. I'm sure he worked really hard trying to get these finished. And of course I couldn't have done this without my mom's support and all my family's support. So I'm really blessed to have these people around me. And thank you, you wonderful people, for following my channel and supporting me, leaving nice comments and likes. And I hope this is what you'd like to see and this is sort of content you're looking for. So if it is, please subscribe and follow. And yeah, see you at the show. Bye. So the day has came. Today is an exciting day. We are ready to go to the car show. So we have car ready and got the custom show plates. Is the car show worthy? I think it is. Obviously we have this up because you wouldn't even know it was crashed. These stickers in the back. So this is my first ever car show and this was in San Angelo Airport, Fermanagh. Amount of cool cars I've seen that day, it was crazy. You would never see it anywhere else. And to be honest, there's a car for everybody. And if you finish watching this video, you will see at the end of the video my car was picked for a roll video. I was so delighted, I couldn't believe it that a professional photographer picked my car. This guy is strong as fuck. Alright, give it to me when you're ready. Class. I'm absolutely speechless. I don't know what to say to you guys. I didn't expect this. And yeah, it's incredible. Like I said, thank you for your support and I hope you enjoyed the video. What is that then? Oh, it's awesome, right? There we go.